All right, so this is week 0 sprint. Garrett talking here. Kind of fun going through all this system stuff, kind of learning what all these boxes mean and figuring out how to organize my life in a different format. Anyway, I'll just go through what's going on here. One of the first stories is documenting process and progress. As you know, right now I'm recording the video, so this is in progress. I'm pretty familiar with GitHub, still got some questions on this, but I did start my project and I have to ask about this commenting code just because I'm not quite sure what that is. Design log. So the design log, I actually put quite a bit of time into, mainly because this is after sprint 0, but I'm still kind of learning everything. My thought is that I want to go through the whole design progress of my project, starting with how to develop a research question with someone else. So Nell and I worked on a research question. I was really fascinated by, how we can both arrive on the same ground with each other. So, and I think that comes a lot from both parts. Is like really knowing where you're coming from, really knowing kind of like the areas that you're both interested in, really knowing the variables that you can test out, and then kind of talking together and seeing what question really comes out of it. So I wanted to document that one. And then also we're finding that before I can just tackle a question, we might need to build out something, a digital learning system. So this is just me starting to think about, before I can start questioning how can we visualize mastery? Well, I probably want a system where people can learn something. This is something that I really want to think about, especially particularly think about building a lean digital learning system. That is, what kind of system barely gets people learning, or will get people learning, but can definitely be improved upon. So it's just like, what is the MVP of a system that you want to learn something on? So spent a lot of time on this. I mean, not a whole lot of time, but it's kind of neat to have a place to put my thoughts. So that's why it's a little bit more in terms of the hours I spent on it. So yeah, kind of already went over these. So one of my goals was to determine a research question the first week, and I've been working with Nell for months, just about making this happen and making this happen fast, because that's kind of the goal, is just to come out of these gates sprinting. And I put a lot of time into making sure everything's on the right path. And then the other thing that I found was pretty interesting, this was unexpected, but I really found that I needed to answer what my role as a grad student in DTR is. I feel that having a framework for understanding on how I mentor, work, and contribute to the community will let me thrive in the environment. So I did some things to really make sure I understand my place in DTR. And I think they'll be very helpful. So this is sprint 0. Pretty good with this system. Don't have too many questions. And the questions I do have, I will find answers with Sarah Lim. So awesome.